Hi, welcome to Brain Train with Auntie Mimi. Today we are going to train our brains. How to be our own best friend. How to celebrate you. And how to make the most of enjoying yourself. Right? We were saying we have to live with ourselves the most. So you know how sometimes there's experiences where you're in an interaction with someone, and while they are not being so nice to you, your head can go in a zillion different negative way. And it's so hard because then right after, your mind can rehash and rethink, and it could really like change your mood, and you can carry it the whole day. So there's like many tactics of how to switch tracks after experiencing such a thing. How to like help your brain switch tracks from what you just experienced into what will be a way out of that entrapment, of that negative, like dooms energy. And one of them is celebrate you. We've talked about feeling compassion for other people. We're seeing them like, if some person is drunk and cursing you and saying not nice things to you, and you see they're like with their bottle of wine and and acting like a drunk. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone like that. And so you realize, they are intoxicated. They have drunk too much wine, and they are not in their right mind, and they are not like the real person is sleeping, and some other interesting being has taken over. So you don't take it as personally. You realize they're drunk, and yeah, it was kind of maybe shocking, and yeah, it was kind of maybe frustrating, but you walk away maybe a little jolted, maybe a little, annoyed that you had to experience that, but it's not going to like linger and linger and linger and linger, and it's not going to make you feel bad about yourself. You mostly feel bad about the person that they are, behaving that way from having drunk too much. So that's one tactic we've been talking about compassion. Feel bad for them. Another thing is you can pray for them, like, oh my gosh, like the stuck puppy. Remember, if you see a stuck puppy, you feel bad that they're stuck. But this is another brain training technique that can also help you, and that is celebrate you. Yeah. Instead of thinking, I don't deserve to have heard that. I can't believe I did such great things for them. I shared with them. I helped them. And this is what I get back. And I don't da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And all this like negative. You switch tracks. And you say, I'm not going to think that. Because that's just going to make me in a bad mood. That's going to just fester negative energies in me. And that's just going to create negative emotions. It's just going to be more and more attached to that person that did that not nice thing to you in a not good way. So what you would think instead is, thank God I'm not like them in this way. Thank God I don't have that challenge. Thank God God didn't, give me that character trait to have to fix. Okay, maybe I have a little bit in myself. What am I? I wonder if this is recording. Okay, I hope it is, because it's an important message. I'm wondering if I should. 1 second. Yeah, okay, it is recording. So the idea is as follows. Celebrate! Okay, again, we said, like, it could be they have a greater challenge in this way than you. And you might have a greater challenge in a different way. Or maybe you have a bit of a challenge in this way. You know, not as much. But, this way, it's like kind of like a trick to get yourself out of that negative mood. Wow. Can you imagine? Like the ability to switch your mind to like a more celebrating, happy mood, a more grateful and thankful mood, a more positive mood, so that you don't have to be so enmeshed in what they are doing to you. I hope this makes sense to you. It's not like a showing off moment. Oh, yay, yay, let me celebrate me because I'm not like you. Not in a not good way. In a good way. That you realize they have their challenge. And that's God that gave them that challenge. And He didn't give you that challenge. And since it's possibly so ugly looking in your eyes, like that you don't have to have that, in you. And instead be more and more grateful. I see sometimes that it's not so easy for people to do this. I know. But if we can today make it one tool in our toolbox, because maybe you don't feel compassionate for them. It's a hard day. You just don't. They did something really not nice to you and you just can't do that. Or maybe you can't see them as a stuck puppy, and have that kind of feeling toward them. But maybe today's the day you can celebrate you. Interesting story. There was a artist making a beautiful picture of some amazing view. And the person walking by in this gorgeous maybe garden or landscape, really in real life, and the person is painting this landscape, gorgeous, amazing, and then the artist is seemingly doing an ingenious job, like incredibly perfect job, like even more beautiful than the beauty of the place, right? And she's like, wow, the person walking by, like, I can't believe, like, you have such genius hands. You have such unbelievable, like, remarkable talent that you have. Like, wow. So imagine the artist is like feeling, wow, thank you. You're appreciating my artwork. Thank you that you think I'm so great. And at that moment, you're making the artist feel amazing. So yes, they're going to hopefully sell that art piece, but imagine this is what we go through every day. God created us as a masterpiece. And when we every day try to celebrate the beautiful parts of our neshama, the beautiful parts of who we truly are, and yes, maybe sometimes it's, we can't see it so clearly, but we know that inside is our neshama. Inside is the treasure of our best being. So then it's like every day we're saying to the master artist God, wow, Hashem, look how you made me. Look how I have such good qualities. Thank you, Hashem. You're giving nachas, you're giving a good feeling, like, of appreciation to Hashem that created you, instead of focusing on all the negative that maybe you have. And, you might feel you're disorganized. You might feel you're not accomplishing. You might feel like you're not as good as your sister, or you're not as good as your brother, or like it's hard for you to be like your father or your mother because they love doing chesed and they love going out and helping, and you just like maybe you're a homebound type, more like Yitzchak Avinu. So sometimes it could be really hard to see the good in you, because like it's so easy to compare. But, and by the way, we wrote a book, a sequel for Gedalia the Goldfish, and it's not going to be done for a while. It takes sometimes years for the artists to get their work done, especially now with the pandemic and everyone's children at home, so everything has been slowed down. But anyway, the story was of Gedalia is at the palace, and he's watching the prince feel like a loser because his father is the king. Right? So it could happen even in our own family when we're seeing our father or our mother or even our siblings outshine us in some way. So it's hard to like really appreciate and celebrate the true you and all the good that you do have. But at least when things are happening and you see some person acting in a not so nice way, minimally celebrate you, because maybe, please God, in that way you're not challenged in that way, and be grateful and say, thank you, Hashem, that you created me not like them. And this is a technique I use for a lot of people in my counseling, because I help them realize, like, instead of letting what the other people, and what they said, crumble them, do the exact opposite. Celebrate you. And so there was, there was a story of, a man, and this actually is very cute, because I went to a bas mitzvah, I think it was, and they had like these trees, and on each branch was a message. So on your chair was like this like tree leaf with like, and the leaves had messages. So is that a great idea? Oh, I need to have another child to have another bas mitzvah. Okay, maybe my grandchild. Anyway, so there was this leaf message to me. And the leaf message was this man complaining, how come the world, there's so many people who, are just not nice? And how come the world, there's so many problems? And God actually answered to this man. He says, that's why I sent you. You. So I'm sitting here reading this, and I remember growing up thinking, oh my gosh, people are sick, people are mean, people are this, people are that. And like, I guess I'm here to try to make it better. And so when I got that message sitting there, I felt like that was always my feeling as a child. Like, if I'm here to make it better. But if I can't celebrate me and the soul powers and the goodness of who I am, then how am I going to really believe in myself that I can make a difference? And so I'm not saying like all day long be arrogant about yourself, but minimally, you have an experience, an exchange with someone, and it wasn't a nice experience. Don't let them be your pharaoh. Don't let them enslave you to their belief systems or their thoughts about you or whatever it is. Yes, there might be some truth to what they're saying, because maybe you're not a perfect person like all of the people on the planet of the earth. Welcome to the club, as they say. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to be the co-creator in making you the best version of you. But we can't compare ourselves to other people. So at that moment when you need a tool to combat what they did to you so that you don't get sad or revengeful or sadder than sad, then, which is like, just, it would be a shame that not only did they hurt you, but now they're hurting you even more and more by letting it stick in your head, like as if you're taking them and taking them wherever you are with you. No. So we can't allow that to happen. So again, celebrate you. Appreciate that you're not like them in that way. Again, not looking down at them, not being arrogant about it, but appreciating that God didn't give you this challenge like they were given. And so, really believe the day you were born was the day the world could not live without you. Hashem said, you must exist because you have something special and unique that nobody else has. Listen to this straight. It's not my own concoction. I actually studied it again and again in different areas of the Torah. Hashem is unique. There is no one like Hashem. And he gave each individual person an yachid, a part of God's uniqueness is in us, meaning individually, and not in somebody else. So sometimes actually this is an explanation of why sometimes people can feel alone. There's actually a Rabbi Roll, he wrote a book called Alone Against the World. We'll go more into detail, maybe that tomorrow. But the message was, you're unique. And you're not like maybe connecting as you feel like you want to with certain people. It's just because you're so different, because your soul sees the world in a different way. You have a way of thinking that's so different, and they are different, and it's like you just like want them to understand you. You want to connect with them. And it's not that each person should look down at someone else that doesn't have the gifts that another person has, but it just helps us understand like how to appreciate the uniqueness in us, how to appreciate our stature, our greatness. I mean, we're taught every one of us has a spark of Mashiach in us. Everyone is so unique, like Hashem is unique and one. There's only one God. So there's only one you. So even twin sisters, you know, like they can look almost exactly alike, but they're different. And just like they say, each snowflake is a snowflake like no other. And it's so important to have this tactic when you can't seem to feel compassionate towards someone else, when you can't seem to get out of the rut of having been snatched by their energy, of looking down at you or being mean to you or whatever it is that sometimes, especially children, go through. So, are you ready to celebrate you? Are you ready to have like an amazing day? To be your own best friend? Imagine, how would you want a best friend to be to you? Would you want them to constantly find your faults? Oh, you didn't do that right. And you should have done it that way. And hello, that's not a best friend. That's like almost on the verge of enemy. You know, like it's called the fault finder. They just constantly see everything you're doing wrong. And yes, children especially may feel that way at home because they have the brothers that don't like maybe they're doing the way they're doing, and sisters, and then also the parents. So it feels like constantly people are seeing your faults. And that's very actually normal. And hopefully, like what I'm doing, you know, by writing my books and sharing this information, more and more people will be aware of how to stop being a fault finder and be a virtue finder. What is a virtue? Like a virtue finder, is someone, sorry, battery's low. I thought I clicked it. So a virtue finder is someone who looks for the good in others, right? So you want to have a best friend that, you know, sees your good, values you, and, you know, appreciates your good, and like makes it known to you that like how they appreciate your good. So you want to be your own best friend, to cheer you on, to focus on the good, you know, and to like catch yourself when you're doing something good. Oh, I just shared. Oh, I really didn't want, you know, to move away from this seat, but you know, the little child wants to be closer to mommy. I'm bigger. It's okay. So, hold on one second. I wish I can put it on mute here. 1 second. I see background noise. So we have to bear with the background noise here. And so the more and more you celebrate and be a virtue finder, the more happy your day will be. You know, I'm grateful that my eyes work, my ears work. I'm grateful for all the things that my body can do, please God, with that He should keep us healthy and well all the days of our lives. But I'm also grateful that, you know, I shared, or that I gave up my seed, or all these like things to pay attention to and appreciate. And find those moments where it was hard for you, but you still did it. You know, you might have not done it with the most perfect smile and happy attitude, but you did it. And hopefully you'll grow more into doing things, you know, with a happy attitude and with a full and happy heart. So, yeah. Can you start training your brain to look for the good things that you do? And that's what I tell people to do every night, you know, before they go to sleep. It's a very popular thing is to do a gratitude list. Yes. But not just for the things you have, but gratitude for the way you are, in the way you had behaved that day. And if you catch yourself too much creeping in your mind the faults of that day, recreate history at that moment. Like, take that scene and redo it the way you know you want it to be, but it just didn't happen that moment, that time, that challenge. And you'll train your brain to get in the habit of being the way you really wanted to. Because so many times, like, we do a mistake, and we didn't rise to the call, and we did slip, and we did fall. But as long as in the evening we regret it and we feel, you know, like remorse, and we ask Hashem, please give us the strength to, like, tomorrow not fall to that same kind of pattern of behavior, then Hashem helps us. He sees we didn't want to be that way, and He really, really helps us. So, ready to go to the next stage of our program today, and that is the art design deco. I love art, by the way. I'm not an artist, but oh my gosh, when you see those artworks out there, it's just like mind-blowing. But this part of the program, you don't have to be an artist. It could be even stick figures. It could be, you know, we don't have to get stuck on a beautiful art piece. It's the ideas that our hand is connecting to the thoughts of our brain to help us remember the message, to help us incorporate this brain training class. So, guess it is Celebrate You. That's actually the message of this class. Celebrate you. So you can write Celebrate You, and like with a birthday cake, and okay, sugar-free, gluten-free. Okay, but you know, make balloons, have like you know, maybe a picture of you or without you, and or you know, or see if you can start making a picture or write these ideas down and later finish it. That you're gonna be a virtue finder, and like see these binoculars, and like you're gonna look for them. You know, okay, it might not be easy for you to find that your virtues, but you, in this picture, it's gonna remind you, because the more you'll remember to be a virtue finder for yourself, it'll get you in the habit of being a virtue finder in others. You know, so less and less you'll be annoyed about you. So the less and less, you know, you'll end up being annoyed by others. So we are giving some ideas. How about the day you were born was the day the world couldn't live without you? So you could see a cute little baby in a bassinet, and Hashem, you know, is it's like you're one of His troops. He's sending you like a soldier, you know, to win the war. So, you know, like this is the new you. that came to the world that is going to help make the world a better place. Do you know that some people wait 800 years to come down to this world? You know, Hashem chooses you. Yeah. All the souls was like, I want to go down. I want to go down. And Hashem says, oh, you are needed now. The world cannot live without you. So maybe see like a baby in a bassinet and a picture of the world. Like you're landing on the world. Isn't that cute if you make a whole world and then you put like a baby on top of the world? You know, there's a song, okay, maybe not that song. I'm trying to remember the words. But it was something about, it's something about the world. I know there was a lot of songs. Okay, I'll get to it. Anyway, so those are a few ideas. Or maybe see the picture of the artist, right? She's standing near the artist and she's seeing the artist like do such a beautiful picture, and she's like, wow, you have like magic hands. You're such a master artist. I love your artwork. And then how the artist is beaming. She's like, wow, somebody loves my artwork. So then you do like, you know, a scene of the landscape with the artist and making an artist, and then maybe with a sentence underneath. Give God pleasure by noticing his artwork, you. You are God's masterpiece. So you can write, I'm God's masterpiece. I don't know, whatever like you like to use. Just put it on that picture to remind you, I am God's masterpiece. Or if you want to write in that one, celebrate you, whatever it is. But like something that you like so that you can remember it also. But remember, while doing it, you're drawing it, you're thinking it. It's like really getting more in your brain. Thank you so much, everyone. I just saw someone click in. Wow. So that's the art part of today's program. But again, you can choose what resonated with you and some of the stories we shared. And now we're going to do the brain training with a mind movie. Now, again, right, we just said these different things that you're going to choose. Maybe you're going to do all of them. You're going to have a real huge book after pandemic is over, and we're please God already, and this class should be dedicated to everyone's refuah shlema. But maybe you can do a mind movie of one of the ones that you liked on your own time. But today I'm gonna pick the Celebrate You with the with practicing. You're with someone, they're not so nice to you, they're saying that nice words to you, but you're going to switch tracks in your brain. It will be like almost as if you're not hearing them, almost as if you're not seeing them. Like you're really creating this cocoon of you're there, but you're not there. And like if they gave you a message of some mistake you did, and it's one thing and you learn from your mistakes, but if they keep going at you and they keep saying things that are not nice, and then you're walking away and it's as if you're carrying them continuously with you, no. We're not going to do that. I learned a lesson from my mistake if I did, and maybe I didn't do a mistake and they're just like a little extra upset today or extra in a bad mood today. So in this mind movie, you are going to create a situation. Sorry, 1 second. Luckily, we weren't in the middle of meditation, but we're starting. Okay. So the goal is almost, I see no evil, I hear no evil. Not that what they're saying is evil. I'm just saying, like, that message. So we're trying to cocoon ourselves and protect ourselves in this video, that we're not going to let their negative energy like move with us throughout the day. We're going to celebrate you. So see yourself, first of all, in a very comfortable, amazing place as you see yourself kind of walking toward this amazing, gorgeous place, a place that will help you be in a relaxed state and very tranquil energy. Because as you relax your body, it helps you relax your mind. And when you relax your mind can focus and more easily remember the brain training techniques, and more easily remember what you're about to create in your mind, a template, as it were, a practice run of the way you want to integrate, celebrate you. Okay? So here you are, just enjoying the place. As you're entering, there's a big sign and it says, "Only positivity allowed." So you are really ready to have this beautiful experience of feeling positive and feeling happy, and just the place all to yourself to focus on the goals you want for yourself. So you see, in this place, as you enter, it's like you are having a cocoon around you. No negative energies can be near you. No negative words that are floating in the air can enter your private space, your very holy, sacred space. And you're just like living in a bubble of protection. And in this place, you see that the person is trying to enter. Maybe a person that sometimes says not good words to you, or is a fault finder, even though they mean well. And they're maybe your parents sometimes, and they have to point out things to you because they love you. And that's their, they don't mean to, but it's still not easy for you. Or maybe it's your sister or older sister who also wants to help you, but it's hard for you because you get it from your parents and your older sister or your older brother, and you just need a break. You just need just like sacred space. So they are saying these words to you, but you're in a safe place. Nothing they say, you can't hear it. You can't see the energy of maybe their interesting look. And so in this place, because nothing can penetrate that's negative, you see yourself capable of celebrating you. Whatever they said, whatever they heard, you move on. You don't let it attack you. You don't let it eat you up. You actually can say to yourself, if it's someone who really is not nice, whoever it may be, maybe someone in school that has been mean to you, but in this place, you're practicing, if it ever happens again, you're celebrating you. Yeah, at least you are not like them in this way. At least you don't have that challenge. And thank Hashem for the good in you. And switch tracks. You don't let whatever they say, whatever you may have heard, carry you away into that sad mood that could really easily happen. So do you see the picture? Do you see yourself in a happy mood, celebrating the gifts of who you are? Do you see almost like you winking to God, I'm enjoying the creation you made in me? And giving Hashem that pleasurable feeling? So, it's pandemic time. We're all with everyone more now than ever. And we have to be all the more extra careful to protect ourselves from not letting any other person's energies make us feel otherwise, but the truth. We are trying our best to get to a better and better version of our true self. But it's a journey. We are humans in the makings, especially as children that, aren't fully developed and don't have 50 years of experience of getting to that better person. It takes time. So I bless you all to be patient with the process. I bless you all to celebrate you. And if you have any questions, please let me see you. Either private message me or, and I hope the words coming from my heart, I love that heart, helps you in your journeys as a child. You need these tools and not have to wait till you're 40 years old to start practicing them. All right, blessed day. And we should just continue. Keep smiling. Bye. No, sorry. Well, we should keep smiling. But we should keep shining by smiling. Yes, hopefully it'll help. One of like a big tactic, because sometimes it's just too hard sometimes to feel compassionate to others when you're really hurting and it's really not easy, and just like say, oh, well, at least I'm not like them in that way. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, tomorrow will be the continuation of today's class on Alone Against the World. Bye-bye.